Good morning. This is KV Premraj reporting live from the Optimus studio. We have in the studio Mr. Sandip Agarwalla, the Governor Designate of District 3141. Welcome to the show, Sandip.
Thank you, Premraj. It's a pleasure to be here today.
It's an honor to have you, sir. In a few months' time, you will be taking over as District Governor of one of the most prominent clubs in the world. How does it feel?
So when you say prominent clubs, I'm sure you're referring to the fantastic gems of 115 clubs of 3141. And I'm not saying this, but world leaders have come to our district and espoused us as the leading districts, as if not the leading district, as one of the leading districts in the world. And they don't say it without good reason. We are right on top in terms of our activities and contributions to the Rotary Foundation, in terms of membership growth, but above all, in our service to the community. The kind of projects which we do is amazing, and I'm very happy to tell you that we intend carrying this legacy forward in the year 22-23, when I have the good fortune of being the governor of this illustrious district.
As far as Rotary is concerned, I believe Rotary runs in your blood with the multiple generation of Rotarians in higher positions. Mind talking a bit about that, please?
So as they say, past is history, the future is mystery. But I cannot but owe a debt of gratitude to my father, to my grandfather. My grandfather was a charter member of the Rotary Club of Dhanbad. He was the charter president for 2 terms. My father was the past district governor from the erstwhile district 326, now known as 3250. And my exposure to Rotary started at a very young age, at the age of 7 and 8. But not only was Rotary discussed in the dining table at house, but I've accompanied my father on all his official club visits during my summer vacations. At that time his territory was the undivided Bihar, parts of Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. I've been with him for his governor's training to Lake Placid. I've been to my first ever Rotary convention in Houston in 1972 when I was all of 10 years old. So I've had great exposure, and I really owe this spark in me for Rotary to my heritage.
Thank you. I'm one of the presidents of District 3141, where we'll be working together. In all our interactions, I've found you talk about thinking big. What gives you the confidence that the clubs will deliver big and bigger results?
If you see the quality of the presidents which we have, they're second to none. They're all well accomplished, well qualified, and well placed in their businesses, professions, or vocations. And I've now been a member of the Rotary Club for more than almost 32 years. And in the last 10 or 15 years, I've seen in my own clubs that I've taken on bigger and larger projects. And it's becoming now fairly simple for me because I've got used to that. And I don't see any reason, because the effort to be put in is almost the same. What we always do is undersell our projects to our corporate donors. If you go to someone who has the capacity to give you 50 lakhs or 1 crore rupees, and you go and ask him or pitch to that person for only 5 lakh rupees, they'll immediately accept it and say, thank God. I think what we need to do is pitch high, think big, and be surprised at the results you get. And the reason I'm thinking big is because we want to make an impact. We don't want to do cosmetic projects. We want to do projects which make a real life and change the destiny of the people we are serving.
That's great, that's great. Mind sharing some of the big projects that we have on the anvil?
Sure. One of my favorite projects is, of course, the adult literacy project, which we are doing together with TCS, none other than TCS, a great partner. We want to train 25,000 illiterate women in Palghar district. And as you know, Palghar is the second largest tribal district of India. We want to make them functionally literate in Marathi. The modules available to us are in Hindi and Marathi. At the end of it, we will be also imparting modules of digital and financial literacy, and of course, citizenship governance classes too. And as you know, we've already embarked on a pilot. We've done about 300 ladies in the city of Mumbai. Currently, 1,700 ladies in Palghar are undergoing this training, and I think this is in true sense what we know as women empowerment. Because if you empower the women to read and to write even basic stuff, whether it's the bus numbers, whether it's writing a check out, whether it's opening a bank account, whether it's reading an address, or whether it's maintaining their own household accounts, they feel truly empowered. So this is one of my big dreams, and as you know, all our projects which we have thought of are replicable, divisible, scalable. So if we finish sponsorship of these 25,000 ladies, we can add more. If someone wants to come and say, look, I want to do only 2,000 ladies, they're welcome to, because that's the way we worked it all out. So adult literacy is one. The second one, of course, is the new area of focus, environment, where we have several projects lined up, as you know. But the one which I particularly want to mention is our environmental science studies. As you know, a full-fledged curriculum with 3 textbooks written by PhD scientists who are environmental scientists has been commissioned at a cost of total 50 lakh rupees. It will be ready by the end of June, and it is fully sponsored already done. And as I told you, we are doing e-modules, English, Hindi, Marathi. Then we are doing train the trainers. There's a teacher's manual. We'll be training the teachers. And we've already tied up with 13,000 students in about 25 odd schools in Palghar, which are private charitable schools, who are very keen, the trustees are very keen to take this on the board. Because I believe that environment is so important for all of us. And if we don't get into the minds of these young children how important environment is, then our future, and their future especially, is doomed. So it's very, very important that no one has addressed this topic in India so far. At most, you'll have a fleeting mention of it in biology or geography books. So it's very important that we take cognizance of this and put our best foot forward. As you know, all the chapters have been selected by Oxford University, and this is being peer reviewed by Bombay Natural History Society. We are also having practical and field trips as a part of this curriculum, and I'm sure this will be a smashing success. This is only step one. Ultimately, we want to offer this textbook free of charge to every Rotary Club in India and overseas, and also help them impart training to their teachers and make it a grand success.
Wow, that's great. Quite elaborate plans, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Thank you, Premraj.
As in real life, in our clubs too, we find only 20% of the members are active, while 80% are passive. What do you think we can do to get this 80% to be more active in our club activities?
So that's a very, very good question, Premraj. And I've often dwelled on this on myself and thought to myself and ruminated as to what we can do. The principal thing to remember is that Rotary is a voluntary organization. It's of volunteers. So you can never force anyone to give you money. You can never force anyone to work. As long as they're meeting their attendance requirements and as long as they're paying their membership dues, there's nothing you can do about their membership. The power of motivation is the only thing which you can use to motivate them to get to work. When you're talking about 20% and 30%, that is true in almost all organizations. And believe in the power of positivity, be positive. Try to motivate your members, meet their expectations, manage their expectations, ask them what they expect from the club. Very often it's a mismatch. A member joins thinking the club is doing this, doing that, and I'll get this from the club. I think if you manage their expectations well, you'll get a tremendous response. And when I talk about the power of positivity, if some member is not responding despite your best efforts, move along. You never know when that member will wake up. It's happened with me. There's been members in my club who I have watched for 15 years, who have maybe come to the club meetings regularly, often enough, but never participated in any activity, nor have they ever given money to the club. And suddenly one day, some project is being discussed and publicized either in our meeting or in one of our bulletins, and I get a call from this member and says, hey, look, I love this project, can I donate? And you won't believe it, sounds like 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, and one even 50 lakhs. So you never know what touches the chord of any member. So never underestimate even an inactive or a dormant member. Let them be. Maybe they have some problems at home. Maybe they have business problems. Maybe have some health problems. You don't know what's plaguing them. Motivate them. If not, move on. Still keep them involved. That's my mantra.
Touch the chord of a person at the right time, at the right place.
Absolutely.
And deliver results.
Absolutely.
What is the advice that you would love to give presidents to make their clubs more vibrant?
There are two pillars of Rotary Fellowship, of Rotary, and don't let anyone tell you there's any other way. One, of course, is why we've joined Rotary is for service. So that cannot be compromised. We are a service club and we must continue to serve the community. But the second or equally most important pillar is fellowship. And you must work as hard as much as you enjoy Rotary. So enjoy, meet, have fellowships, have get-togethers, build up camaraderie, and only with bonhomie and camaraderie will you be able to motivate members to contribute and serve the community. And also remember that just meeting and fellowship is not enough. Rotary affords you an opportunity to network with your peers and fellow members. Absolutely no harm in using that network. It's meant for that. Remember, Paul Harris instituted the club of many different people, and it was mainly meant because they were lonely and to network with each other. But if someone is joining Rotary only to network and not do any service, that's incorrect. But as long as that person has a service bent of mind, is involved in your fellowship, please give them the opportunity, encourage them to network with whichever Rotarian they wish to.
Great advice, Sandip. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Premraj. Thank you for having me today.